There was a great turmoil all over America as the Mississippi River joined the trend of major European rivers. The river is disappearing way faster than anyone can imagine. Barges are getting stuck on dry riverbeds as shocking discoveries get unraveled. Why is the river disappearing? How does this affect the world? Keep watching to find out. Sometimes we only realize the actual value of our treasures once we lose them, especially if we never consider losing them in the first place. That is exactly what's happening to America today as it witnesses the disappearance of one of its greatest rivers, the Mississippi. This recent event is a sad reminder that some problems are beyond our technological capabilities. Now, people look up at the sky, hoping that nature will change its course as they watch the Mississippi River reach a historically low level. The region is desperate for rain. So what's really going on with the Mississippi River? Simply put, it's experiencing a prolonged drought that is seriously threatening its existence. And the bad news is that this drought is expected to continue. This is a big problem because the Mississippi River drains a whopping 41% of the United States and is responsible for carrying over 60% of the country's grain exports. But has the Mississippi River always been this pathetic? Certainly not. Indeed, the Mississippi River, a major river in North America, has only occasionally existed in its current form. Stretching approximately 2,320 miles from Lake Itasca in northern Minnesota to the Gulf of Mexico, it is the second largest river in the United States, with the Missouri River being the only one longer. The river flows through or forms the borders of 10 U.S. states: Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana. Its vast drainage basin covers about 1.2 million square miles. Throughout history, the Mississippi River has played a significant role in the United States, impacting its history, culture, and economy. It was a vital transportation route for Native American tribes, European explorers, and later for steamboats and riverboats during the 19th century. The river facilitated trade, transporting goods and agricultural products between the country's interior and the Gulf of Mexico. Along its course, the Mississippi River is joined by several tributaries, including the Missouri River, Ohio River, Illinois River, Arkansas River, and Tennessee River. These tributaries contribute significantly to the river's overall volume and flow. Geographically, the river can be divided into three main sections: the Upper Mississippi, the Middle Mississippi, and the Lower Mississippi. The Upper Mississippi extends from Minnesota to St. Louis, Missouri, where it meets the Missouri River. The Middle Mississippi stretches from St. Louis to Cairo, Illinois, where it meets the Ohio River. The Lower Mississippi flows from Cairo to its mouth in the Gulf of Mexico. As another feather in its cap, the Mississippi River and its surrounding areas support diverse ecosystems and wildlife. It is a habitat for various fish species, including catfish, bass, and sturgeon. The river and its floodplains also provide vital habitat for migratory birds such as ducks and geese, and it also offers numerous recreational opportunities, including boating, fishing, and wildlife viewing. It is also a popular destination for river cruises, allowing tourists to appreciate the river's scenic beauty and visit historic cities along its banks, such as New Orleans, St. Louis, and Memphis. However, there is more to discover about the river. As the Mississippi River approaches the Gulf of Mexico, it forms a vast delta, home to New Orleans. This delta represents a unique and dynamic ecosystem characterized by wetlands, marshes, and swamps. These features serve as a valuable habitat for wildlife and act as a natural buffer against storms and hurricanes. Throughout history, the Mississippi River has been a crucial waterway for trade and transportation. It played a vital role in the westward expansion of the United States and the development of cities along its banks, including St. Louis, Memphis, and New Orleans. Even today, the river remains a significant commercial artery for transporting goods. Additionally, it stands as the Great River Road, a scenic byway that spans 10 states from Minnesota to Louisiana, allowing travelers to explore the river's history, cultural heritage, and stunning landscapes. Along this route are numerous attractions, parks, and historic sites for visitors to enjoy. Topping it all, the Mississippi River holds a rich history of Native American civilizations. Before European exploration, indigenous cultures such as the Cahokia, Choctaw, and Sioux thrived in the region for thousands of years. European exploration of the Mississippi River began in the 16th century. Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto encountered the river near present-day Memphis in 1541, becoming one of the first Europeans to do so. This same river played a crucial role in the development of steamboat transportation. In the early 19th century, steamboats revolutionized travel and trade along the river, enabling faster and more efficient transportation. In the past, the Great Mississippi River had been one to give reasons to worry, but not for the same reasons as today. Back then, the river was notorious for its frequent flooding, caused by heavy rainfall and melting snow in spring. Various measures were taken to manage this issue, like building levees and flood control channels to control the river's flow. However, there has been a recent twist of fate. The Mississippi River is facing an unprecedented drought, with water levels dropping to historically low points in certain areas. This drought can be attributed to climate change, inadequate rainfall, and increased evaporation, and the consequences of this severe water shortage are far-reaching. The reduced water levels have severely hampered the transportations of goods via barges on the river, disrupting shipping and causing significant difficulties in delivering goods. The problem also impacts agriculture, as farmers now struggle to irrigate their crops due to water scarcity, resulting in crop losses and ultimately driving up inflation of food prices. Moreover, the drought has escalated the risk of wildfires, scorching vast expanses of land within the Mississippi River Basin. However, that is not the saddest part. Unfortunately, according to predictions, the drought is expected to persist, and there is even a possibility that it could stretch on for years. One of the places greatly affected by the drought is the portion of the Mississippi River in Memphis. Memphis, situated on the west side of the Mississippi River in the southwestern part of the state, is known as the Bluff City because it sits on a high spot called the Chickasaw Bluff, overlooking the river. The river has been important for transportation, connecting Memphis to the other parts of the United States. Steamboats played a big role in business and trade in the past, making Memphis a central hub for river transportation and trade. The Mississippi River has also been crucial for the economy of Memphis, as its location by the river has made it a great place for moving goods and products. Industries like farming, timber, manufacturing, and trade have all benefited from the river, helping Memphis grow and become an important economic center in the region. The river has also greatly impacted Memphis's culture, history, and identity by inspiring songs, books, and art that reflect its importance in American culture. Memphis is famous for its music, especially blues, which strongly connects to the Mississippi River and its history. The river is also popular for recreational activities and tourism in Memphis. For this, the city developed its riverfront area, offering parks, trails, and things to do for residents and visitors who want to enjoy the beautiful views and interact with the river. However, with a drought trying to put an end to the Mississippi River, there is a problem with the river in Memphis. It is becoming very dry every second, and many ships have reportedly been grounded. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has dredged the river to keep it open for navigation. Farmers are also conserving water by planting crops that can tolerate drought and using irrigation only when necessary. In the end, while this is all good, we are unsure still, determining if these measures will eventually save the dying river, especially when nature is involved. But why is the river actually drying up? The current drought in the Mississippi River can be attributed to several factors, with climate change emerging as a prominent and undeniable cause. Climate change, driven by the warming of the Earth's atmosphere, has initiated a chain of events that result in increased evaporation and decreased precipitation. Consequently, this phenomenon has reduced the available water supply for rivers, lakes, and other bodies of water. This is the category that the Mississippi River falls into. We can also say that the Mississippi River is a victim of human activities. This includes overusing the water resources of the Mississippi River for industrial purposes, as well as agricultural purposes such as irrigation. This involves the artificial watering of crops and has become a substantial consumer of water resources in the United States. As the population grows, the demand for irrigated agriculture also rises, placing a strain on available water resources. In the end, the Mississippi River's drought can be primarily attributed to climate change, which causes increased evaporation and decreased precipitation. Now, why do we need to pay attention to the drying up of the Mississippi River? What consequences does it boast? One thing is certain: an extremely low Mississippi River will wreak havoc and is not good for anyone. As we speak, this is already happening in many ways. One of the current problems is the river is now experiencing a surge of algae blooms. These blooms are caused by excess water nutrients and can hurt human health and the environment. The algae bloom in the Mississippi River is the result of the drought. You might not know this, but water scarcity is one of the many problems with drought. Drought conditions can also increase nutrient runoff from agricultural fields and other land surfaces, feeding algae blooms. When these algae blooms grow too large, they can deplete the water of oxygen, killing fish and other aquatic life. This is known as hypoxia, a major problem in the Gulf of Mexico. Of course, algae blooms are a natural phenomenon, but they can become a problem when the algae population grows too large. When this happens, the algae can produce toxins that make people sick. Algae blooms can also block sunlight, which can harm plants and animals. Today, increases on the river witnessed an increase in algae blooms. This is not surprising since the Mississippi River is a major source of drinking water for millions of people. The algae blooms are a potential health hazard and could also damage the environment. Following the drought, the Mississippi River, which used to be a popular spot for recreational activities such as fishing, boating, and swimming, is now on the verge of being ruined. In places that used to be covered in water, what is now left is the dry riverbed, which now allows tourists to walk on foot to one of the river's tourist landmarks, Tower Rock. But this is not all. Another major problem of the drought in the Mississippi River is that salt water is beginning to enter the Mississippi River from the Gulf of Mexico. As you know, drought conditions have caused the Mississippi River to flow lower than normal, making it easier for salt water from the Gulf of Mexico to intrude upstream. Again, while the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is making several improvements to the Mississippi River navigation channel by deepening and widening the channel, it has become easier for salt water to intrude upstream. Climate change is also one of the key players in the event of saltwater intrusion. This is because while the Earth's climate warms, sea levels are rising, and this rise in sea level is making it easier for saltwater to intrude into coastal areas, including the Mississippi River. Additionally, as water from the Mississippi River evaporates, it leaves behind salt and other minerals. These minerals can build up in the river, making it saltier. Now, the issue of saltwater intrusion is a serious one with several potential impacts. First, saltwater can contaminate freshwater supplies, making them unsafe to drink or use for other purposes. Also, aquatic life is in danger as saline water can kill fish and other aquatic organisms, damaging the river's ecosystem. We must also remember that the businesses and industries that rely on the Mississippi River, such as shipping and fishing industries, are also in danger if saltwater continues to intrude into the river. The diminished water levels have presented a daunting challenge for barges navigating the river, resulting in a decline in shipping activity. This downturn has had detrimental effects on industries reliant on river transportation, notably agriculture and manufacturing. Moreover, the reduced shipping traffic has triggered a surge in shipping expenses. With barges carrying smaller loads, they must make more frequent trips to transport the same quantity of goods, therefore driving up costs. Furthermore, the parched water levels have harmed vital water infrastructure, including levees and docks. Consequently, food control has become more arduous, and loading goods on barges has become increasingly challenging, with a great need to cut down the quantity of transported goods. The drought's repercussions extend beyond transportation and infrastructure, reaching basic human needs. Over 3,000 individuals find themselves stranded without access to potable drinking water. The scarcity of water compounds the scarcity of irrigation and industrial usage, causing water shortages in certain areas while escalating water costs in others. The repercussions of the low water levels continue to unfold, affecting aquatic ecosystems as well. Fish and other aquatic creatures have been compelled to migrate to deeper waters, and unfortunate species fatalities have been reported. Moreover, the drought has also introduced obstacles for birds and other animals in their search for sustenance and hydration. With all this happening simultaneously, we can only imagine how distressing the period must be for Americans. Now, let's talk about the shocking discoveries made as the Mississippi River continues to recede. Now, no river has ever dried up without a discovery spree of things that have been hidden under it while it still flowed. And it turns out that the Mississippi River is no different. Shockingly, a shipwreck was discovered on the dry beds of the Mississippi River in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Following investigations, the ship believed to be a ferry that sank in the late 1800s or early 1900s. Even since it was found, the discovery has sparked interest from archaeologists and historians. The ship was discovered by a local resident who was walking along the riverbank. Surprisingly, it boasts about 100 feet long and is in relatively good condition. Ultimately, the ship is a piece of history that can help us learn more about the Mississippi River and the people who lived along it. We've come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching till the end. What do you think about the events at the Mississippi River? Do well to share your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you found this video helpful, feel free to like it, share it, and subscribe for more of its kind.